You will hide. You will hide.
And
All right, so
I
we're live.
Huh?
We're live, but yeah. So you
Oh.
were saying those. Anyways, those. Welcome everybody. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. And my co-host's name is Eva. So Eva, how are ya?
Eva is doing great. She's got a terrible cold, but she's doing better because I'm COVID free.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome.
I
And
know.
for everybody else, just let you know, my name is Brother-Medium Chris, and we do say thanks to everybody that came yesterday to the Guelphs Indigenous Christmas Market. It was the first one there. So if Eva would have been actually here in Canada, knowing her, she would have been there compared to
Yes, I
everybody else though that's actually on our Facebook groups. So, but yeah,
I would have been there with rings on my fingers and bells on my toes.
So yeah, we did awesome yesterday here actually at Divine Oracle Reading / HauntingLIVE podcast, and the #1 top seller yesterday was Albion shells. So we sold it completely out of our small ones so that we had with us. We didn't have that much, and another thing though that was popular though is also some of the Aboriginal bags. You can actually find those, and plus also even stuff underneath HauntingLIVE podcast for the Etsy store.ca. So that's underneath Etsy.ca, not .com, but .ca. So yeah, so Eva, do you want to sort of explain what you have with us underneath the Etsy store?
Oh, the energy bags are bundles, excuse me.
Yeah.
The energy bundles. And I moved them. Ha!
It's okay. Sorry, you can explain about them.
They're just little bags. They're about so big. And they contain usually 5 different little crystals, 3 each of them on a thread. And I do it by color. I think love is pink. So it's in a little pink bag with a pink thread that holds all the crystals together. And they're crystals that kind of enhance for whatever, success, love, job hunting. And I have been working on a group. I'm going to call it the Medicine Wheel Bundles, so that they will represent the 4 parts of the medicine wheel.
Yeah. And
I apologize. I haven't been working on them as diligently, but the last few weeks I have not been feeling good.
No. So for those that were trying to figure out last week where we were, just let you know, Eva was off sick. And for myself though, I actually had some eye problems last week. So we figured best thing to do is take a little bit of a rest. And this week here, we're back here again. Those if Eva does pop off for a little bit, it's just basically because of her coughing. She's over top of the illness that she has. Now she has another illness, but it's like the cold illness. So for everybody, send the healing energy to Eva, especially at this time of year. So, all right. Yeah. So tonight, though, what we're going to be doing we're going to be talking about mental health. This is really, really crucial at this time of year. A lot of people are going to be facing mental health, and it is #1 that people turn to for suicide. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about that tonight. It's a little bit off topic compared to what we normally talk about, but again, type in your questions. We would love to be able to do some readings for you tonight during the show. And with mental health, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just
okay. So with mental health, though, it's 1 actually in 10 people that actually have mental health. Some people are more severe, some people are not. There is a link down below though that you can actually be able to go to, and what it does though is it's going to actually indicate to you if you're in the States or in Canada the numbers to call in case if you need somebody to reach out. All right, if your crisis buddy's not there or whatever, if your crisis buddy's busy, call out to these numbers. The link is just down below underneath us. All right, these are very important.
And I will tell you one thing. I know someone that needed to use those sources. They didn't know where else to turn, and I had suggested it, and they said they are wonderful. and they do take care of the people that do call, and they are very happy with it. So yes, anyone, and even if sometimes if you're just feeling a little down and you just can't seem to shake it, these people will help you. They don't judge, and that's probably the best thing. They're there to help, and they do help tremendously.
And everything
And,
is kept everything is confidential. They will not release any information to anybody. If it does get severe enough, right? If you're ready actually to do the opposite, which we hope you don't, which is commit suicide, they will begin contact with the police directly. They will have your address right where you are, or even if you're say somewhere else, they will actually have your location. That's one thing that they ask. So do not worry.
now I don't know if it's in Canada, but I do know here in the States, especially in the Michigan, if you reach that point where you are ready to just jump off the cliff, so to speak, you will have somebody come out to the house or wherever you're at. I mean, not only are you one-on-one, now you're face-to-face, and they are there, and they are tremendous. These people that do that are very, very astute, at least the ones that I have connected with, that I know of. Very astute, very, like you say, confidential, and they're just wonderful, and they're always willing to be there. These lines are 24/7. Don't be afraid to call.
That's right. That's right. They're not like a partner. They're not like actually children or whatever. Again, those like what Eva and I were saying, though, they're directly there for you. Again, though, is here in Canada. I know within our region, though, is if it's severe enough, a crisis line person will come out to you. That's just in case. There are actually also shelters for people that are in the that are needed. It's a short-term stay, but yeah, there are crisis actually residents for you with people that actually know.
And there's no.
Go ahead.
I wasn't going to say there's no stigma, but mental health now has reached a point where the stigma of mental health is lessening its hold on people. It's making, how can I say this? It's more legitimate. That's not what I want to say. It's there. And if you have the problem, seeking the help does not hold all the negative that it used to. I mean, it used to be if you said you had a mental problem, people, would like the Silver Cross and walk away. And now it's like, can I help? I mean, it seems like there's more people out there who are willing to help you. And talk with you about this. It's a very serious problem and a very sad problem. And it seems like even though we are moving into the future where we have so much more available to us than what we've had in the past, mental health is one of those things that just, it's there and it's not going to go away.
Again, though, is we're here for you guys. If you need to reach out to, send Eva myself actually a message, right? That way we can sort of know from you exactly what's going on, how we can be more of a support with you, and that's the best way. We both actually suffer from mental health, or even ourselves. Now, with myself, though, I actually, sorry?
I'm trying to add some levity.
Okay, so for myself, though, actually, I do suffer from depression, anxiety, bipolar. I do have a little bit actually of schizophrenia. But the thing, though, is I've learned exactly how to work with it. Some people don't know how to work with it. I've been trained through in Canada through the Canadian Mental Health Association is what I've been trained on. Now, for myself, though, there are times, though, that, I do need to be breaking down. The moderator has seen me break down a couple times. Eva, if you don't mind sort of mentioning sort of like your mental health though that you have.
The depression,
Yeah,
is the big thing. I have dealt with it over the years. It's not, if it was 1 through 5, I would be at level 1. It's there. I recognize it and I deal with it. And one of the things that has helped me tremendously is meditation. The gentleman that kind of helped me through this to begin with suggested it as a possibility to be able to draw within yourself, eliminate the negativity, and back away. And it has helped. There are still times where it's like, one step further. No, I'm not going to take it. So yeah, it has.
Yeah, that's okay. So again, though, it is proven though 1 out of 10 people actually do have mental health. Some of us though are more severe. Some of them are not. At Christmas time though, again though, is the hardest for a lot of people.
Yes.
And with this time though, even though it's the end of the year for one thing, and also though it's the shortest time, most people go into depression because of money situation. They got bills throughout the whole year. Some people though, this was actually yesterday, and somebody mentioned it, and Eva might agree with it, but it's kind of true though. Some people with credit cards, a whole bunch of credit cards, will pay only a very percentage actually off their credit card, and what the next person know that they do, and then if for each card they're paying off a percentage, or they're loaning from the one card to put onto the other card. So a lot of people are actually going through major turmoil with that. They don't know what to do. Or even people finding jobs, like, yeah, for myself though, yeah, I'm still at a job. I'm trying to get a job. I'm going for the interviews and everything else, but I'm trying to keep my hopes high. So that there is also another downfall. People are also trying to find jobs that can't find proper jobs. They always hire people that aren't fully trained or without the full qualifications with the jobs. And that's really hard though. Companies, if you follow companies through, say, Indeed or even through Google, you'll notice so that they'll be back up within a month or 2 months later for the same position. Right? You're always trying to figure out, why didn't they hire me? I'm the right person, and I applied for the job and everything else. You kind of go into a depressed state. But the best thing to do is always look more positive. Never look negative. Or even if you're driving. All right. Some people actually have mental health for driving. People are speeding around you or are coming right up in your butt. There's so much in a rush. People, slow down. All right. You're not in a rush. You're not there. People need to be more supportive with mental health. So go ahead, Eva.
Oh, I was just thinking, slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Kicking down cobblestone, feeling groovy. That was one of the things also that I found that really kind of helped me. A good friend of mine who has unfortunately passed away, cancer, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But fortunately, it was one of those that came in, wham, bam, and they were gone. They didn't do a lot of, anyway. She gave me, this is how long ago, an 8-track of music. Yeah. How long ago? I
Your soul will come back, but
I'm that old. And it was all these kind of happy songs, like Feeling Groovy. I'm just trying to remember some of them because the tape has since been, I don't want to say destroyed, but I played it so much it just wore out. But it was all kinds of happy music. And I would say, yeah, do music, but then there's so much depressing music out there. You can easily fall into a bad situation. Can I play a little piece of music? Let me go
It
get
may it might be
this is
copyright.
royalty. This is royalty free. I do know that.
Okay. All right.
Let me go get it.
All right. All right. If it's royalty free, then yes.
It is royalty free.
Yeah.
Just
We
a
don't want
minute.
to. We don't want to strike on this channel.
No. I gotta find it. Oh, there we
But
go.
yeah,
I hit the wrong one. Hang on.
if still people still type in your questions, we would love to do some readings for you guys tonight. So
Keep talking. I'm getting
all
there.
right. Yeah. So type in your questions. Doesn't matter where you are. Again, I'll type in your questions. Plus, also, I know most of you guys that are watching are not subscribed. So subscribe and press that bell so the way you guys get notified right when the next show is. The shows can be coming out of the blue. So press
Here it
that
comes.
bell.
Now, isn't that a happy song?
It
That's
gets you
Frankie.
going. It gets
Huh?
you going. It said it gets you going. So
Sorry.
it's all right. So
That's happy music. That's what you need.
yeah, that's exactly what you
And
need.
it is royalty free. I found it when I was doing some work on watching NASA, and they had a link, and I went and all this music, you can use it for just about everything. It is all royalty free. This guy creates this music, synthetic music, and I just love but that's the one that called me in. And sometimes when I'm feeling bad or feeling a little low, I play that, and it just lifts me right up.
Yeah.
So tell
So
Trevor
it's
not
like
to get too. It's all royalty free. I do know that.
Trevor knows. Trevor knows. So as long as it stays royal free actually on, all right, there should be no strikes at all. But yeah, so again though it's number one around this time of year. For my illnesses, depression, anxiety, bipolar, and schizophrenia, it's basically all level ones. So with depression, there's actually 4 levels together. Anxiety, 4 levels. Bipolar, there is actually 2 levels. And then with schizophrenia, there is, last thing though, I remember though, a couple of years ago that there were 6 levels actually for schizophrenia. So yeah, mine are actually all low, so which is pretty good, but I do suffer from it. And yeah. So let's just do a quick general reading for some people that are watching right now. Yeah, go ahead.
One of the things that helped me through, and it may help someone else, is to come up with your own little mantra. And my mantra is, it could be worse. No matter how bad I have it, someone else there has it worse. No matter what happens to me, it could be worse.
Yeah.
And when I think of that and I put it in perspective of what's happening, suddenly my problems don't seem so bad. I had COVID. Yeah. But a friend of mine had COVID, wound up with blood clots, and he lost his leg. It could be worse.
Yeah.
And that was given to me by a man who was a quadriplegic. And here's this man laying in bed, unable to do anything other than blink his eyes. And he looks at me and he says, it could be worse. Now, how much worse could it get for someone like that to say it could be worse? And that's that was my turning point.
Yeah. So all right. So let's just do just a quick general reading.
Okay, general reading.
Yeah. All right. Cards I'm using tonight are from Carl Gray. These are the Angels and Ancestor cards that I'm using tonight.
And I'm with the same old deck.
Are you with those Russian ones again?
You want the Russian ones?
No. Are you with the Russian ones or?
No, but I can do the Russian ones. They're right here. hang on. Don't want to knock over anything. Ugh. Some days you gotta stretch. Let me do the Russian. I haven't done the Russian ones in a while.
No, you haven't.
Had Thanksgiving dinner. And my nephew was here.
Yes.
And I am trying to clean up my life on clutter. And I asked both my niece and my nephew who are into this stuff, do either of you want my tarot decks, any of my tarot decks? And they're going to come out when the weather's nicer after Christmas, because this was Thanksgiving, so everything. And so I may be going through and selling some of my decks. Ha ha! I'm feeling good about it.
All right,
Okay.
so I'm gonna start. I'll start. Yeah. So the first card, though, I actually with Call Gray Angels and Ancestor cards. So this one here is Stargazer. Set your sights high. All right. So since we are talking about mental health tonight, the best thing to do is actually set your sights high. Never look down upon yourself. Don't let people put negative things in your head. Always be able to say, "Hey, I am here. I am." We notice the words "I am." That's a strong one for you. Don't say, "Oh, I wish," right? Because if you wish, so in that using that terms, that's not good. So say "I am." All right, and it says, "Set your sights high." All right, so that way you're lifting yourself up, lifting yourself up. The next one that I got for you, though, was actually the White Witch. Be the light. All right. Yeah, you might be in the dark location with your mental health, especially this time of year. But again, those set your sights high, all right, and be the light. All right. Try to put positivity around you. So that way you're being a little bit more more enhanced with yourself. But if you're having troubles going around people, especially around this time of year, that's fine. But make sure that you have support there for yourself, so that way you're sort of being the light. You might actually have training for others, but still be the light. The next one, though, is Shaman. All right. Again, those trust in the higher force. So within trusting the higher force, all right, always turn around to your angels and also your ancestors and say, "Hey, thank you very much for being there." But again, those trust in that there is somebody there willing to be there for you. They can be a spouse, they can be a friend, or even what we were just talking about, the crisis lines within the States and Canada. All right, so again, though, is trust in the higher force. The last one I got for you, though, all right, Medicine Mother. Honor your inner knowledge. All right, you know exactly what's best off for you. There are medications actually out there. If you're not taking your medications, get back on your medications. One of my medications that I find for myself, though, at times, though, is writing. I haven't done that for a little bit, but writing, though, is actually really good for myself. So again, those medicine one, though, is actually honor your inner knowledge. We all have inner knowledge. We know what is best off. Don't be listening to that darkness side. So, all right, go ahead, Eva.
What I thought was interesting is when I drew up the cards, first card I drew up, the 3 of clubs. Second card that I drew up was the 6 of clubs. Then I drew the sun. And the last card I drew up was the 9 of clubs. I find that interesting because it is the 3 most powerful numbers, 3, 6, 9. And pulling up those 3 numbers is body, mind, and spirit. Yeah, body, mind, I had to make sure I had it in the right order. And the sun, I find most interesting to bring that one up because in the darkness, you can't see, but in the light, all is revealed. By combining these the body, mind, and spirit aspect of things, you're looking at things totally. Yes, mental health is a big issue, but it also affects the body and the spirit. And you have to bring the three of them together. And under the sun, this is possible because when you plant the seed grows. When you plant the healing works. The three of clubs, let me get my glasses here so I can see what I'm reading. I haven't used these in a while, so I can't remember what is on the pictures. Oh, yes. The three of clubs. The man is looking out over his city. That's the body. Six of clubs is almost a chariot-like, but he is leading ahead of his pack. He is the leader. He is taking command. I'm trying to get this so you can see it. There we go.
Yeah, that's good. That's a little bit better.
And he is taking command of his troops. You taking command of your troops. And then there is the nine of clubs. Got to get this right.
Just put it on a little bit. Yep, that's good.
And he is surrounded by clubs, and he has total control of what's happening with his clubs. And and you'll notice that they're all pointing downward. And did I show you the sun?
No, you didn't.
The sun. I don't like the sun on this picture because it looks angry. And the sun is not angry. The sun is really kind of a happy boating. And like I say, this is body, mind, and spirit. I couldn't have pulled three more cards if I had, or three cards as in sync as these three. And clubs are earth, the earth signs. And this is telling you that it's time to stop and get planted, if you will. Let your roots grow down. Let your body grow out into the sun. That's what this is all about. And as you do, you start bringing the three together, the body, mind, and spirit. And as it does, one heals the other, one strengthens the other, one gives it gives you the vitality and the energies to move onward and upward always. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah.
I mean, sometimes sometimes these cards, especially the Russian deck, well, I shouldn't say especially, but my cards, sometimes, it's like, what do I tell people? And the cards come up in ways that you least expect it. I did not expect the 369. I really did not.
Yeah, it's really funny of how the cards actually want to speak through the energy. The energy actually wants the information brought forward, right? So we're not going through and saying, all right, this card with the face cups up, like the face cards up. What we're doing is we're tapping into the cards with the energy, and the energy is actually talking to back to them. So that's how we directly work with the cards.
Well, one of the things I always tell my students, first of all, we start with one of the Rider-Waite type decks, actually the closest to it. There is an actual Rider-Waite deck where the colors are very vivid, very, very almost very graphical. Whereas you get into the one that I have, which is the Universal, they're very soft, three-dimensional, that sort of thing. Anyway, when I say, there's symbols on here that you may not see one time, but the next time you'll see, oh, that. It's like my friends keep pointing this out to me. Remember I did the reading on the elections, and I kept saying it's going to be a wave, but it's going to be a little blue wave. Now, I have never really, on the it was the two of coins, I've never really seen the waves as much as the rest of the big figure in it. And here's this little thing in the background, and it was what jumped out at me. Little blue wave, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And
So
I
again,
don't, go ahead.
so again, no, it's the cards that are actually are speaking through the energy to us. That's the best way to say about the cards. So it's like that. So, but yeah, sorry for cutting you off, Eva.
Well, you need to, or I could just chat on and on and on and on.
It's like that's one thing I love about whenever Eva and we talk off the show. We'll talk about a whole bunch of things, right? But everything makes connection. So
One thing does connect to another.
Yeah. So we're not going to judge you guys. Again, we're here for you guys. So we're like pretty much on Sundays at 7:00 we're here. Now, if you guys are also facing actually some mental health, if you guys want somebody to talk to, our links are our email addresses are actually at the end of the show. So again, though, is if you want to be able to jot down our emails, play back the show at the very end, and that way write down our emails, right? And so the way we can actually be able to communicate with you. And who knows, we may be able to help you guys a little bit better than you call the crisis line. If you guys need somebody to talk to, that's probably the best way.
I'm always willing to listen.
Yeah. All right. So we will be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
He'd mentioned publicly that he liked the shows on T&E. We were thrilled that he came on board for Hotel Paranormal.
Well, we approached T&E. We knew that T&E had such a great success with the more sort of straight paranormal, ghost hunting, haunting genre.
And I am the founder of Spectrum Paranormal Investigations here in the UK. Also a television presenter on Paranormal Captured and The World's Most Unexplained as well.
And he's the one that told my mother the story of Bathsheba. So for Lorraine Warren to just pluck that out of nowhere was fascinating.
As kids, they told us to follow our dreams, but the minute we started chasing them, they told us we were being unrealistic, told us to think about our future, said it was too late for us, and passions don't pay bills. But what they didn't know is that dreamers make their own victory.
All right. So yeah. So again, though, is for those that are interested about checking out our Etsy store, just let you know, as of today, 50% off jewelry. So that's including your earrings and also necklaces. We've got so much stock here. We don't know what to do with it. So what we're doing for you guys during our over top of our Etsy store is 50% off jewelry, which is such a great deal. Especially right when Christmas is right around the corner, and also New Year's Eve for 2023 is coming up. So get your jewelry at 50% off underneath the Etsy store of Haunting Live Podcast. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a special reading to one of our viewers, though. The only way those she usually send messages to me, though, is I use my personal Facebook page because she has a little bit of troubles with her tablet for going to be sending messages during her show. So this one is actually for our sweetheart, Chrissy, up in Thunder Bay. And Eva kind of knows so that what's kind of gone on this week up there in Thunder Bay for you. So yeah, we're going to do a special reading for you. We don't want you to be going into depression. Don't want you to be doing anything. We want you and also your son, Damien, to be a lot more joyful, especially this time of year. So yeah. All right, so again, we're going to be doing readings for you. Eva's got her cards. I've got my cards. And this is special for you, Eva. Not Eva, but special for you, Chrissy. Sorry. All right, so I'm going to let Eva start.
Okay, I got the Ace of Coins. I'm using the Universal deck. Ace of Coins, Four of Wands, which is a really great card. I think it's showing a lot, as does the World, and the Five of Swords. Excuse me.
Get the little phlegm out of you.
Yeah. Oh God, like I say, I've coughed up enough stuff to float the Titanic. You know, I looked at the cards as they're laid out, as I pulled them up. And I know that the Five of Swords looks kind of really not such a hot card, but it does go with the rest of them because they're all showing, I don't want to say, all right, I want to say victory. It shows a chance or a path or whatever you want to call it, that you are going to see your way through. Especially when I pulled up the Four of Wands, which is a victory dance. And even though the World has the whole connotations of the world, I look at that as almost like the dance that's going along with the women in the Four of Wands. And then you have the Ace of Coins, which is, or Pentacles. And that to me is saying it is the beginning. It is the beginning. And you are starting on a new path. And yes, you're going to be a little wobbly for a few minutes or for a little bit. I don't want to say for a few minutes, but you are going to be a little wobbly, but it is going to turn out. And everybody who has taken stuff from you and has made your life unhappy, miserable, however you want to put it, you are going to get the last word. I'm getting that there's whatever is happening right now is going to be resolving itself probably by the end of February. I know that doesn't, I mean, it does seem like it's a long time. That's 2 whole months and some, but in time, no, it's going to go fast. And you will be given the directions that you need to be given, or that you need to go forward. Is it Damien?
Yeah, Damien's her son, yeah.
I think he is going to be your, I don't want to say savior, but he's going to be the one that's helping you through this. He's the one who's going to be, there's angels attached to him. When I close my eyes and think of this child, I see angels all around him. So you got angels there guiding not only him, but guiding you. You will have them. Spirit angels, however you care to address them. And they are there for you. All you have to do is ask, and they will be there, and they will help you. And I know they will help you. And by the end of February, I'm seeing you as reaching that point where you're going to be out of the depression and you're going to head into the new world, a new time for you. And I think that there's going to be some resolution on several of the problems that you're dealing with, and it'll be done by that time. Your turn.
All right. Thank you, and that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, the cards I got though, Christy, for you are from the Angels and Ancestor cards. First one I got though is the Knight. I'm gonna let you know shortly what the cards represent and all that. So that one there's the Knight. The second one I got for you though is a Shaman. Okay, so the Shaman's the second one for you. Again, there was one that popped up a little bit earlier, but this one here is very important for you. It's and it is the Medicine Mother. So the Medicine Mother is also important. The last one I got for you though is Traveler. So the first one again though was the Knight one. All right, and that there is be brave and honored. All right. So you're being brave right now, especially for what's going actually on and what has taken place actually this past week up there, up in Northern Ontario. So you've been really brave, but you've been honored also, because you're getting actually out the information of what has taken place. And you got people that are actually supporting you 100%. So that one there was the Knight. The second one though was the Shaman. So trust in the higher force. All right. If things aren't being done the right way, go to the higher force. Again, let's get in contact with the NPP or even the head supervisors, actually, of locations. All right, get in contact with them. The next one though is medicine mother. Honor your inner knowledge. You've got that inner knowledge, and that inner knowledge is going to take you long, far away. You're a warrior. I know you are, but still, don't back down. And then with the traveler, all right, it's good news though, because it's just moving in a new direction. And Eva was talking about that. But the thing though is, you're going to be able to move a lot faster. All right, I know with Damien though, Damien stuff is coming up comes February. I haven't told Eva about that. But that one there, again though, it's going to be moving good. It's going to move in the right direction for you. So right there, all right. So that is awesome for you. If anybody else that's watching, type in your questions. We're here for you. Tonight, though, again, we've been talking about mental health. We're here for you. Type in your questions. We can do any type of readings for you. We can't let you know, oh, you're going to win millions and all dollars. We can't say that, but we can let you know what energy it's actually wanting you to know.
Well, and if we tell you that you're going to win the $1 million and you do have to give us a percentage.
Yeah. So 10% each.
Yeah, I like that.
So
I
that
can deal with that.
Yeah.
If that was it $4 billion or whatever that big one, the $1 billion one?
I'm not sure what the states
10% of each. That would put us up for the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
I could live with it.
I'm not sure what the states is, but with Canada though, we also have some other ones. So. And good evening, Cheryl. So Cheryl has popped in. Cheryl's a little bit late, which is awesome. But yeah, again, those mental health. What we were sort of explaining, we're going to sort of recap what we were just talking about at the beginning. Again, those type in your questions if you have any questions tonight. Mental health though affects 1 to 10 people. So just say if you're a group around 20 people, there's technically two people there that actually have mental health. So yes, and mental health though is really high, especially at this time of year. Suicidal is also really, really high. I didn't say this earlier, but a friend of mine, her father committed suicide a couple of years ago, and this is right when she was still in high school. She's like my baby sister. Here in Ontario, Canada. But anyway, so her father showed up around Christmas time. And it's well known for spirits to be around Christmas time, to come and visit the loved ones, or even like Charles Dickens' story. So sort of like that though. And so loved ones are actually there. The kids were downstairs basement, they saw a shadow and they realized it was their father. So all right, so we have a message from Cheryl. And the message, though, is, what does this week have in store for her? So she wants to know directly what this week has in store for her. Well, Cheryl, it's not going to be more. I say with your little baby, say like your dog having more company. It's not hopefully not going to be more snow up your way. So hopefully that's not in store for you, but we'll see. All right, so if you're ready, you can go right ahead.
Well, the 4 cards that I drew kind of say that you want to know what's in store for the week. There's some big decision that's going to have to be made. The first card I pulled up was the Six of Swords. Next one was the King of Cups. Sounds like a beer, doesn't it? The King of Cups. And the Seven of Cups. And the Eight of Swords, which is interesting because I've got, no, I don't. No, I thought I had 5, 6, and 7, but I don't. Or 7, no, 6, 7, and 8. I don't. I have 6, 8, 8. 6, 8, 8. That's an interesting number. And then you have the King of Cups. Some kind of big decision is coming in through this week, or going to be satisfied, resolved this week. A definite change of your situation. Excuse me. Sometimes it just doesn't stop. And what is interesting is, other than the king, all the faces are hidden. So I'm getting that there's a lot of things that are in behind the scene that you're dealing with, or going to be dealing with, but it's going to resolve itself. By the end of the week, you'll have the answers that you need for this situation that you're really kind of worried about. I'm not picking up anything else.
Okay. All right. So Cheryl, I'm using our Kyle Gray cards. I'm using the Angels and Ancestor cards. Since I know that you're just fairly new to tonight's show. So the first card that I got was the Protection Guardian. So right there is what I have. The next one I have though is the Summer. All right.
Oh.
Is the next one though that is up. Again, though, he keeps on making appearance for each reading. This one here, again, though, is a shaman one. The shaman tonight is making a major appearance. I don't know why, and I keep on shuffling the cards. The next one after that, though, is Direction Guardian. Okay, so Direction Guardian.
Ooh, I like that.
All right. So the first one, though, again, was Protection Guardian. Drop your shield. All right. So whatever decisions or whatever's bothering you this week, from last week though, drop that shield. Just say, all right, angels, I come to you. I drop everything. Please be with me during this time. The angels will be there, right? They will be there 100%. So drop that shield of negativity and whatever's bothering you. Again, though, summer though, is bask in the joy and the light. All right, so bask in the joy and light. This time of year, a lot of people are putting outdoor Christmas lights. Go for a walk if you can. Even if you might already did it, but again, though, get out there, enjoy the lights. All right, bees love to be busy, and that's sort of with your life though. It seems like you are trying to keep busy. But again, they'll just bask in it. All right, bask in the best time. The next one I've got for you, though, again, is shaman. Shaman, though, is trust in a higher force. All right, I know though that you're working with your angels, which is awesome. Again, is trust actually in that higher force, so that you actually have, and that higher force is going to be able to work with you. The next one though is Direction Guardian. Choose your path. All right, there's going to be so many different ways to go throughout this week, but choose the right path for yourself and be able to talk to your angels and also your ancestors. They'll be able to help you a little bit further. So, all right. So she did type back to you. Makes perfect sense, Eva. Is what she typed back to you.
Hope I can help.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. What else would you say for people who are actually facing mental health right now?
That's a heavy question. I get scared when I have to answer that kind of a question, because I can say, oh, don't do this, don't do that. And when people take what I have said,
yeah,
some of them can use this to grow, to be able to deal with things, but other people will take it the wrong way, no matter
Yeah.
how I say it. And it scares me because if my words have done harm to someone, I would be devastated. And so I get very anxious. But if I were to say anything to anyone, it would be just hang in there. You will get through this. It may seem rough and it may seem hard, and it may seem that there's no one out there that cares. Just know that I care. Maybe I'm not talking with you, but I do care, and I don't want anything to happen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, Joey, I'm still here. Yeah. And what I personally would say to people though is, yeah, don't worry, it will get better. All right, it will get better eventually. But again, though, is if you need support, don't worry. Talk to somebody though that you do trust. So that person though that you do trust can be able to help you down the right path. If that person's not willing to trust, willing to be able to be there, starts making fun of you, then you know for sure that person was not a strong person. Right? You should not be wrong people around like that. You know, there are crisis lines that we have been listed down below us right now for Canada and US. Canada, actually here in Ontario, we just got a brand new number just recently. I think it was actually for all Canada. So the new numbers down there. The States though, there is listed 911, but the main thing though is don't call 911 unless if it's really, really severe enough. Rate your level from 1 to 10. If it's anything above 10, call 911. If it's anything below 10, call the crisis line, or even send a message for Eva or myself. We are here for you. And that's the best.
I was just thinking, I suppose this may not sound, I'm trying to think of the right way to put it, but laugh. Find things to laugh about. Laughter brings your energies up. And there are times I played it. Did I play the song that people could hear it?
Yeah.
That song, of all the songs out there that, are so depressing, that song is not. Find one that makes you happy. Find one that gives you the uplift. Sometimes maybe it's just a picture, a little comic that just sends a little giggle down you. Look for the laughter because, like I say, laughter brings your energies up. Laughter is what helped me through a lot of times.
Now, for myself though, is whenever I run into troubles, I gotta call. Yeah, I might call my partner. I might be able to call somebody else, or even sometimes though I call actually Eva. Right, we'll discuss the most craziest things. Eva and I, we'll start with giggling. We'll start laughing on the phone. And again, those with recently, for people that know about what has happened with my family, for those that don't know, my mother was in the hospital. We almost lost my mother. So what I did though is I kept on calling my father to see how he's doing. He's a spouse. I want to see how he's doing. All right. Get somebody to give you a call once in a while, or even every day, just to see how you are doing. That way you've got more support altogether. So we're going to actually close tonight with a couple words though. Again, though, the
couple words. Word. Sorry.
So the couple words are,
go.
Again, those, be able to share with others. If you guys need it in the crisis number, or even need to talk to somebody afterwards, call the numbers down below. Because once again, though, it's the very hardest time of the year for everybody. All right. And we hope to see you guys next week live here at 7 o'clock. Also be able to check out Etsy with our 50% sale off for jewelry. The shipping across Canada. And also Eva's got some stuff though. Actually, she'll be able to ship actually from Michigan across Canada also, or even in the States still. And those are spiritual bags for you guys. Now with the spiritual bags, so you know, there's crystals actually inside and little messages for you. All right, anything else you have to say, Eva?
Not tonight.
No. Okay. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful night. Share with everybody and be able to press that like button. I'll see you guys next week.
Have a great week, everyone.